right, hey guys, happy Tuesday. I'm here to start talking about a new novel that we are going to be reading as a class for the next month, and that novel is Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Okay, there's two different cover copies of this. This is the original cover. Mine is a little bit worse for wear, but the other cover it would be like the movie poster cover because this book has also been made into a movie. So today we're going to talk about The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, learn a little bit about the setting, the main characters, and some of the themes that we're going to be introduced to. And to start off, we're going to learn a little bit more about John Boyne. Okay, so let's talk about our author, John Boyne. So he was born on April 30th, 1971. He comes from Dublin, Ireland, and he began to write short stories, and now he writes novels for adults and young adults. And again, he published The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which was also made into a feature-length film. Okay, so let's talk about setting for The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Setting is the time and place in which a novel takes place. So the time in which this novel takes place is not in present day. It actually happened in the past. It happened in 1943. And that's a very important date because that is right when World War II really became heated in the conflicts that were going on during that time. The place in which this novel begins is in Berlin, Germany. And we find that our main character, Bruno, him and his family are moved to a different place and even in a different country. So let's take a look on a map, and we're going to see exactly where they moved. Okay, so this is a map of Eastern Europe. We're going to see that Bruno and his family, they live in Berlin, Germany. Can you find Berlin, Germany on this map? It is located right in the top eastern corner, the northeastern corner of Germany, and it is really close to Poland. That's Berlin. That's the capital of Germany. Bruno and his family then suddenly move all the way to the southern area of Poland. And they move to an area just outside of Auschwitz, and that area is right by the major city of Krakow. Auschwitz is a very important location in this novel, and that's because Auschwitz was the site of one of the largest extermination camps during the Holocaust in World War II. This is really important because this tells us lots about Bruno and his family and some of the issues and conflicts that Bruno may run into. Okay guys, so one last piece of our novel that we need to think about before we start reading. And again, great readers, they think about what they're going to read before they read the book, because then that way their mind is ready. They're already getting a little bit of a hint, some clues about what might come, some foreshadowing. Okay, so that's why we're talking about this book right now. So that way we can get our brains ready for the very exciting events that unfold in this novel. So let's quickly just talk about theme. So theme is the central message, okay? So the message that is given to us in the book, but maybe not directly said. And in The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, we really need to dig deep to think about what John Boyne, that's our author, what he is really trying to tell us. So some of the themes that are going to come up in this book are like the battle between right and wrong, friendship, innocence, and discrimination. Okay, so those are just some general themes that we're going to talk about as The Boy in the Striped Pajamas unfolds. I really look forward to reading this book with you guys. After this video, I'd like you to head back to our ELA teams. I've created a new channel for us titled The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and your first assignment is going to be there. Now, some of you might be really curious before I sign off here about how exactly are we going to read this book when we are so far apart? Well, we're going to do it in a couple of different ways. Number one, you can always try to get your hands on a copy, whether you're ordering it online from an online bookstore. I know stores are starting to open up, so if you are feeling comfortable going out and going and purchasing the book that way, by all means you can, but you don't need to purchase in order to participate. So some ways that we are going to be reading this book is, one, I'm going to be reading it live to you via Microsoft Teams. Now, all of those readings are going to be recorded, so if you can't attend a live reading, you can go back and listen to it later. When we read that book live, we are also going to talk about the chapter questions that are going to come with it, and I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. The second way that we're going to read this is I will be posting YouTube links to read aloud of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. And what's really great about those links is that there's a woman narrating the book and reading it out loud, but you're also able to see all of the text. Okay, so that way you can physically read along too. Okay, so we have those two ways. One, I read aloud and you're either listening live or listening to the recording, or two, you are reading it from the YouTube links that I will post, okay? And the third optional way to read along with us is to read the book yourself. But again, that's strictly just an option, a very strong option. It's a strong suggestion. You definitely don't need to have the book purchased in order to participate, okay? After each chapter, there will be some chapter questions, and you're going to notice an assignment pop up in your ELA teams, and it is going to be a PowerPoint that has all of our chapter questions for this novel, okay? In that PowerPoint, you're going to go in, there's going to be areas for you to answer, okay? I'm going to put some text boxes right beside the questions, and that way you can just resubmit that every single week or after every single chapter. You don't have to worry about resubmitting different assignments. Okay, and that is just one way we're going to be talking about this novel. We're going to be doing lots of group work. There's going to be some different digital pieces that we're going to work on as the month unfolds. I'm really excited to read this with you guys. I hope you are too. So go right now, check out our Boy in the Striped Pajamas channel on our ELA teams, and let's get started.